doesn't take much to be a hero. It only takes that small, lightning heart you want to share.
Welcome, everybody, to Extreme Forces Racing League. I'm Joe Wright. Tonight, I'm joined by my brother, Dave Wright, with Intensity Broadcasting. And we're here with the Extreme Forces Monday Night Mayhem League. D. Wright, we got a banger in the house for us tonight. Coming from Kentucky Speedway, we're going to do 60 laps in the ARCA machines. And as you see there on the schedule, we are in Week 6. We did skip Week 5, and they will be making up that Bristol race, double the points real soon. But man, I'm kind of stoked for this Kentucky race. We'll see what these guys got here as practice is starting to wind down. But while that's happening, I got some pretty cool stuff to let you guys know about here. This race is brought to you by Stanley Everett Racing, and he's going to have some major payouts tonight, D-Right. Payouts for first place, $35. Second place, $25. Third place, $20. $10 for the most laps led, $10 for the biggest mover, $10 for the hard luck award, and $10 by random draw. And man, they got 12 guys in here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 payouts. So more than half the field going to get a payout tonight, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing up in the booth with you. I need to climb into the car and go make myself some money, because that seems like a more lucrative offer right now. 65% fuel tonight, Joe. 3 sets of tires. Should be competitive. These cars do get a little loose off in middle corner, as we've seen in practice tonight. So, as you said, smaller field, 12 cars, should be pretty competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a little bit wild, I'm sure, and then also a little bit fun, you know? The looseness and the tire wear will be some of the key factors here tonight. Big shout out again to Stanley Everett Racing, tonight's sponsor, and the guy supplying the payouts. Awesome job. Thank you very much to him. And it's going to be nutty, because these guys were, you know, some money on the line kind of ups that intensity, wouldn't you say, Dave?
Yeah, pumps it up, one might say. And like you said, small field, although 2 cars extra have joined. It looks like we might have roughly 14 tonight. But still, very, very competitive. These guys only have 1 fast repair, so if they're going after it, they're going to have to do it cautiously.
I think that's what it's going to be, Dave. I think it'll be a race of survival, a race of attrition, and see who has the tires there late in the race to see who's going to take that $35 home for that first place finish. Now, the race winner could be also the person that's the top mover. You start at the back knowing you're the fastest. That's a good way to make an extra $10. Biggest mover plus first place get you $45. So maybe we'll see a guy or two do that. We'll see. And
yeah, a bunch of different strategies to try to get some money here. I don't know if I'd be shooting for the hard luck award, though. A little bit more lucrative to win the race.
For sure. I was saying biggest mover, though, as well.
Yeah, bunch
Again,
of money up.
Shout out to SCR Racing, and we're about to get some qualifying going here, and we'll see who's first on track here. DJ Thomas, let's go ahead and look at him. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks just because we didn't broadcast last week. So DJ Thomas, cool looking little breast cancer awareness ride. Looks like a little pink Adidas ride he's got going on there.
Yeah, very nice.
Looks like on his outlap, he's looking to get down on the yellow line as he comes out of turn 4 down to the short chute into the dog leg. He's going to take the green flag there, out to the wall, and back down to that yellow line, and that's going to be the fastest way around here, Dave. Now, what if they take the high line on that first lap? You think they can get a better second lap with a high line run?
I'm not sure in these cars. It's been a while since we ran here. It'd be interesting to see which ones mix that up, Joe, to see who has the fresher tires. Whether it's the outlap on one that's hotter or the second lap around. And only 5 minutes to qualify for these guys as well. So most of the field out there early and often.
DJ Thomas, lap 1, 31.48. Atlee Atman-Weiss to the top of the board on his first lap. Let's check him out as he moves through turns 1 and 2. I'm sorry, that was 3 and 4. He's coming to the line on his second lap. Let's see what he can do here. If he improves. Nope, second lap is slower. Tyler Aspinall is going to go top of the board on his first lap out, 31.29. Beaten Atman by 0.08 of a second, I guess. Jacob Bowen, his first time across the line here. And he's going to be pretty slow in a 31.80. Dave, some news out of the Atlee Atman-Weiss camp. Final season race in the Bandoleros for him at Langley gets turned by one of the championship contenders while he was running 5th. Battled back after being started at the rear of the field and came back with a 6th place finish in his final race there at Langley this season. Bowen across the line on his second lap, improves to P6. Not good enough. Austin Green's going to jump into P2 as Atlee Atman-Weiss still P3. Eddie Morris on his first lap out, P4. Alan Warnicki up to P2, Dave. Oh, hang on to it, Eddie, with the slide job.
Eddie's just out there showing off.
Showing his drift skills. Check out the number 6 machine, that SpaceX machine of Brady Floyd. We've seen Brady be competitive here in the ARCA / Monday Night Mayhem series. To the tri-oval he comes. That's going to put him P6 for currently. And man, all these guys here so far within 0.2 of each other, Dave. So not too much of a difference between the top guys and the bottom guys. Now, granted, we don't have very many cars. We only got 14 cars in the field, but still not that bad of a difference between them.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like it's shaping up to be a very competitive run.
Brady Floyd across the line on his second lap. He's going to go P5. All right, so that sets the field. I don't know if Richardson's are going to run or Will Cloud. We'll see. Currently, they have not turned a lap.
I don't know when we're putting our glow sticks away with this music, but you let me know.
Oh, wow. Is it on? Sorry about that.
I know you were going hard on a Monday night, but...
I don't think it was on the broadcast, but it's definitely in your ears. Oh, that's funny.
About a minute and a half left in qualifying, Joe. Aspinall, or remaining in gridding, excuse me. Qualifying is all done. Aspinall is going to be our pole sitter.
He sure is. And we're going to take a look at our field here after they get gridded, and we'll go through it. Starting on the pole position, like you said, Tyler Aspinall in that 45 machine. And Dave, he's been pretty dominant here in this Monday Night Mayhem series. Finds himself doing pretty well.
Yeah, missed the first week, but came back and won week 2. So, very competitive.
Yep, Alan Wernicke in that awesome Crown Royal throwback paint scheme is going to start P2. Austin Green from Cookeville, Tennessee is going to roll off P3. And our own athlete, Atman Weiss with the Juan's Mexican Cafe and Cantina 78 machine going to roll off P4.
Brady Floyd going off P5, hailing out of Charleston, South Carolina. P6 is going to be Lee Krause, Canadians' own. 7 is going to be Intensity's own Eddie Morris. P8 is going to be the 54 machine of DJ Thomas.
Rolling off 9th is going to be Jacob Bowen at Davey Allison, throwback number 28. Dylan Dunford, another strong competitor here in the Monday Night Mayhem series, going to roll off P10. Brooke Qualley is going to start P11 in that nice DeWalt paint job. And I'll round it out. Will Cloud will roll off 11th. And the Richardson brothers, thinking they got something for the field, going to roll off Brandon Richardson P13. And Tony Richardson will roll off P14.
I'm pretty sure that's his father, but in either case.
Brothers, sisters, dads, uncles, cousins.
It's a family affair at the back of the pack.
For sure. You got 9 people watching tonight. If you're watching, go ahead and share, like, and subscribe this thing. Let your friends and families know. Share this thing around. Let's get it. Let's get over 500 tonight. That'd be pretty cool. It's all tall order though.
As we mentioned, just to bring it back around, 60 laps, 65% of fuel, 2 extra sets of tires behind the wall.
And if you're looking to get into some entry-level series here, the Monday Night Mayhem is an entry-level type series, and we are looking for more drivers here. But the 45 is going to lead us to the green flag here in Tyler Aspinall. As he gets us a little blink there. Green flag is out. Tyler Aspinall will probably lead it down into turn 1. Already 3 wide behind him, though, Dave.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of money signs in the eyes of these drivers as we head down into turn 1. Tyler Aspinall is leading them. See Wernicke slapping the wall there with a little tail whip.
Atman Weiss up against the outside wall there, taking a high line, letting guys by. He looks like he might be in tire conservation mode. Wernicke now battling the 15 machine of Austin Green. Austin Green looks underneath, but Wernicke able to clear down into turns 1 and 2.
The draft definitely plays a factor here as well, Joe, not only on the backstretch, but through that wide front stretch. There's many lanes, but you want to kind of tuck in behind the car, the pack that is in front of you to give you the most air.
Tyler Aspinall really opening it up already. A 0.8 second lead over second place Alan Wernicke. The closest battle in the field right now between Jacob Bowen and Dylan Dunford. Dunford into the wall though, Dave. He holds it on the wall. He's going to be able to get off it clean. 3 wide, they squeeze by him.
That's actually a great job of him getting off the wall. We've talked about in the past with these ARCA cars how tough it is to pull them off the wall. And some knee-jerk reactions of pulling the wheel a little bit to the left can cause accidents for not only yourself, but the rest of the field. So good job of Dunford there, just maintaining composure. Still has the draft on the back line. No harm, no foul. Yes, he has damage. Still has it fast. He still has time to work on it. He gets the yellow on this race, so.
Watch this battle here between Jacob Bowen and DJ Thomas. DJ Thomas kind of gained in some positions here. He's up 2, but Bowen up 4 positions now in front of him. Biggest loser on the field right now, at Liam and Weiss back 9 positions. I think he might have scraped the wall a little bit too, Dave.
Yeah, either that or, like you said before, dropping back. Tire wear is going to be an issue, so if he's in conservation mode, he may be on a different strategy. We'll see how this plans out.
And a quick look back here from the gearbox of Tyler Aspinall.
Yeah, definitely a huge lead there, Joe. Almost a full second back to Alan Warnicki. So we'll see if Tyler's just running him off or just a consistent line here and is faster than the rest of the field.
You can really see Tyler working the wheel, getting close up to that wall as he can, trying to open that steering up as much as he can to get a good run off the corner. But Brady Floyd now giving chase. Dave, he's closing that gap. I saw him come from 1.2 back now to 1.1. Let's see what he can do here as he starts to chase our leader, Tyler Aspinall.
We got some battles around 6th through 9th back there as well, Joe. A couple of competitors, DJ Thomas, Lee Krause, Eddie Morris, Brendan Richardson, and then Brooke following in behind them, all battling and racing pretty competitively right now.
For sure. Brady Floyd has closed over half a second in the last 2 laps here, Dave, as he's really starting to close that gap between him and Tyler Aspinall. We got the battle box up on the broadcast. You can see it there, down to half a second now between Floyd and Aspinall. And Aspinall starting to open it up just a little bit now, up to 3/4 of a second. We'll see. That's just a difference of line, Dave. You know, one little change can change the whole thing for these guys.
And as the tires wear on, we're going to see them use multiple lines around this track. There's going to be at times where the top line is a little bit faster and the high line is where you're going to have to be later in runs potentially.
So we'll put the battle box away for now because it looks like Tyler is starting to fall back off after running pretty hard there for a minute. Or I'm sorry, Brady falling off a little bit. Tyler opening it up. Maybe he was in conservation mode for a lap or two there at the lead, trying to just manage that gap. Go back to Brandon Richardson now, as he looks underneath the 99 Elite Krause.
Those two been battling for the last 2 or 3 laps for that position.
He's going to clear, and then Krause going to slide in behind him. Next person in line there is Eddie Morris, just coming into your picture. But they're back. Oh, the 99 back with the crossover underneath Richardson now. Really good battle. Now Eddie Morris going to try to follow through here behind Lee. Not able to get underneath Richardson yet. We'll see what Richardson can do off the corners. They're going to swap back again. Looks like Richardson likes 1 and 2, and Krause likes 3 and 4.
Really good battle between those guys. Racing each other hard but clean.
Back to the inside he goes. What does Eddie Morris do here, Dave? He's got to get tighter to that second car so that they can't cross each other over anymore. Eddie not.
Yeah, he's got to pick his partner is what I was going to say, Joe. So,
yeah.
And that obviously decides on what line Eddie likes running better. And if it is the 29, then he'll follow him. And they get side by side here. If not, then he'll go with Lee.
And Eddie Morris just looking comfortable hanging there behind Richardson. Actually goes outside. Whoa, way up the track and into the wall goes Eddie Morris. Brooke Quality's going to roll underneath. Eddie sent it, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Again, he didn't get much of the wall there. So, and straighten it out without no harm, no foul. Still maintains the draft. Should be all right.
Dylan Dunford's behind him saying, I know what that feels like, buddy. I'm here with you.
Been there, done that.
Atlee Weiss on pit road. A strategy move here, Dave?
Potentially, I mean, we are about a quarter of the way through the race right now, so we'll see if that's what Atman plans to do. Hopefully trying to catch a caution while he gets out there. And off strategy from the rest of the field.
Long pit stop for Atman. Might have got caught speeding as well. So we'll see here. Because he's taking a very long time. I think he's probably, what, 2 laps down now? Or about to be?
He just got one.
Still not rolling, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he's getting damage fixed, Joe. It's either that or a penalty. You're right.
I saw the reset, so I don't think he's getting fixed damage. Jacob Bowen now under attack from Austin Green. Austin Green's going to clear up in front of Jacob, and Jacob's going to cross him over, go back underneath of him. And we got a good battle right behind them in Alan Warnicki and Lee Krause. We saw Lee fighting with DJ Thomas and Richardson just a little bit ago, yeah. But Lee Krause kind of on a rail now, as he might have saved a little bit there early in that run. Dave Atlee Weiss is coming back on track here right as the leaders go by, and actually we got a pass for the lead, D, right? There goes Brady Floyd by Tyler Aspinall. That's going to be your new leader.
Very interesting. I don't know if we missed Tyler getting into the wall there, or Brady has just finally hawked him down.
So much good racing going on throughout the field. It's tough to keep track of all of it. As Alan Wernicke now under attack from the 99 as well. And Jacob Bowen was able to get by all these guys. Ooh, Lee looking a little tight through the middle of the corner there. That's going to push Wernicke up the hill. And now Brady Floyd stepping out on Tyler Aspinall and saying, you use your stuff up and I'm out.
It definitely looks like Brady has maintained a little bit better tire wear.
Well, this gaggle right here, these guys all within a tenth of each other here. This is pretty wild. 7 cars under a blanket.
This is right in the point too, Joe, in the tire wear, as we've seen as Brady got past Tyler. But this is at the point when, some of these drivers are starting to lose the car, right? So we see these 6, 7 guys under a blanket here. This is when the action is going to start to get really crazy.
And you saw the 54 almost make contact there with the 29. And Warnicke really struggling on that outside line as they're just freight training him car by car on the inside here. Again, might be a strategy with Warnicke. I've seen Warnicke do this before, Dave. Kind of just ride that outside line and conserve a little bit. And you see Brooke Qualley now sliding up into the picture. Lee Krause gets into the wall. I heard the scraping. I saw a wiggle off the wall. But Brady Floyd still 1.25 now over Tyler Aspinall. And we're at lap 21, Dave. Almost halfway here at Kentucky. If you're watching the race here tonight, like, follow, and subscribe. Share it with all your friends and family and your girlfriends and boyfriends and mothers and sisters. And grandmas. Grandmas love this. Ask Logan Hagerman. But grandmas, even Tyler Aspinall, I think Tyler's grandma watches, don't she, Dave?
I believe she does. It's very big in the geriatric community, so hop on board.
Lee Krause. Oh, we got the 15 into the wall. Richardson gets in the back of him.
Goodness gracious. Atman.
Full speed for Atman into him. And that's going to cause a reset for the 15 for sure.
Dunford able to get it wound down in time and avoids, I don't think, anything there. So good job by him. Unfortunate there for Atman. And it looked like, I don't know if that was which Richardson that was, if that was Brandon or if that was Rowdy, but I believe that was Brandon.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and see what transpired there. It was definitely the 29 of Brandon Richardson. Atman, it stuck on the wall, and then just...
He's got nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. He locked it up. Still nothing you can do there if you're...
Even if he wasn't stuck on the wall, there's nowhere to go. He doesn't even see him until the car in front of him clears there. Lose that warning. He has no idea that happens.
That is correct.
Very unfortunate.
Let's see Dunford in that situation, Dave. See what happened with him.
Yeah, and I want to go on board the 29 too, going in. So if it was just a not clear situation, or what happened there.
Dunford far enough back here where he sees it, is able to get woed down. You hear him locking the brakes up. Oh man! And then who'd you want, the 29?
Yeah, let's do that. As the whole field hits pit road, obviously, right now, as we're looking back through this, but everybody is on pit road, getting tires mostly.
So that 15 is going to get into the wall, Dave. It's going to be like hitting the brakes here in front of Richardson. Oh, no lift at all there.
Yeah, I don't really fault the 2.9 there.
It's tough to judge.
Yeah, very erratic by the 15 coming off the wall. We talked about that earlier, too. Kind of been impressive so far. How many drivers been in the wall and then not come off and affected any other drivers. It kind of ran out of luck there.
So 23 laps in. First caution of the night. And lots of drivers on pit road. I think that's going to do it. I don't know if it's going to do it for Atman. He doesn't look like he's too bad, actually. I thought that would do it for him, but...
Looks like he's got Juan and the boys out fixing up that cantina right now.
Speaking of sponsors... Dave, did I tell you about our sponsor tonight?
You did, but let's tell us again, because this is a huge money race. Dude, and Stanley Everett is the one flipping the bill.
Coming through in the clutch, Stanley Everett's going to pay out 35 for first, 25 for second, 20 for third, 10 for most laps led, 10 for the biggest mover of the race, and 10 for the hard luck winner, and then 10 by a random draw. Hard luck right now, I'm going to go with that 15 machine.
Yeah.
Or him or Atman. Yeah, him or Atman. We'll see who gets the who's able to finish better and who's not here as we wind this thing down. Just about to be halfway, I believe.
Yeah, lap 25 right now.
25 of 60. We're working our first caution. Atman, he's 4 laps down now. Is he still getting... Well, he's back on track, but 4 laps down. Still going to have some right front damage to that machine, but I'm sure they got as much of it done as they could.
Yeah, and for him, you know, the strategy, obviously, maintain pace at the back of the field. Don't get lapped again. Stay at least 4 and hopefully catch a flurry of cautions. Cautions breeding cautions here and get a bunch of lucky dogs, right?
Yep.
No need to be on the back of the field whatsoever to get caught up in any of these cautions, but you don't want to lose the field either.
See if we can pull Atlee in actually real quick, Dave, while they're under caution.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Atman, it's Joe and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Yep, got you loud and clear.
Real quick before you go green here, man. Tough luck so far in the race. Just keep with it. You couldn't see that thing coming at all, could you?
No, I just saw him go around, and I was running up on that high side battling with DJ trying to get one of my laps back, and just had nowhere to go.
Ant-Man, what happened to you off the beginning of the race? Did you get into the wall a little bit? Is that what got you kind of off pace?
No, so I think I was on the gas pretty good on the start, and then it was 3 wide, and everybody just kept getting by me, and I'm just really not sure. But we're just gonna try to get maybe one of our laps back. I don't think we're gonna be able to get back onto the lead lap, but we'll try to contend with some of these front guys again now that we're caught back up.
All right, Ant-Man. Well, good luck the rest of the race here as you're about to go green.
Yep, thank you.
He sounded pretty matter of fact there, Dave. He felt like he still has a chance of getting back in this thing, and with the racing we've seen so far, it is possible. Couple cautions will get us there.
Absolutely. Brady Floyd off to a big jump. Ant-Man definitely knows what he needs to do. You can tell from that brief interview there. We'll see what Tyler has for Brady, and Jacob Bowen now into the picture as well.
Like you said, here comes Jacob Bowen, and we've seen Jacob be fast. He's really good in the Tuesday Night League. He won last week, got his first win of the season over there, and he's hunting Brady Floyd down now.
He did get his first win of the year last week, Joe. Tell us more about that.
Actually, I don't know if he won that. Did he win it?
No, he did it.
Oh,
But he got a podium.
okay. I wonder how he got there. So, Jacob Bowen definitely chasing down Brady Floyd here. 0.4 back now. Oh, Bowen into the wall. That's going to open the door for Warnicki underneath. Oh, and they get together. That's going to be the next caution of the race. Oh, some other people are going to get caught up in this, Dave.
See if Ant-Man's able to woe it down here.
Dunford involved. Ant-Man is not involved.
He'll get one back.
Jacob Bowen with some heavy damage. Warnicki as well. Some really tight racing there. Let's go back and see what happened, Dave.
Yeah. A couple of casualties, unfortunately. Looks like Jacob just gets loose coming off that high side, Joe. And he can't hang it, and it just drops into Allen a bit. Mayhem ensues.
That's Richardson that came through, I think. Ooh, lots of guys getting into it there. Richardson.
And that's just a product of some of the hard racing too. Oversteer coming out of that corner, you know. Can't so much as fault Jacob. It's just tough to hold on to it there. You know, at that point you're choosing the wall or Warnicki's back quarter panel. And tough to run into the wall.
As we look at the live view here of Bowen's car, really cocked sideways. Warnicki, let's see what he does here, Dave. Looks like
he might give Jake a little bump into the pit stall here.
He's not very stoked about it, that's for sure.
Give him a little help into the stall. Come on, Alan.
Allen into his stall well. Kraus going to be your first guy off pit road, though. I wonder if that's going to change some things. Eddie Morris up to P6. Brooke Qualley up P5. And your biggest move of the race so far, Will Cloud. We haven't talked about Will yet, Dave, but we saw him go through that wreck just now, actually. With a head of steam, he made it through there. That 48 machine.
Yeah. Willie Joe Cloud.
And as they cross the line here, Atlee should get a lap back, I believe. We'll see what happens if he is the lucky dog candidate. I don't think he got into anything there, did he, Dave?
I think he was fairly clean. He should be all right here. I think he's the candidate. We shall see right when he crosses the line here. Unless, of course, he pitted, Joe. I have no idea. Maybe he already got the lap back because he's at 3 now.
Okay, 10-4. Then he already got waved around on that first lap of caution. And actually, he could have pit there and wouldn't have got black flagged. So looks like he's pretty good. No damage to that machine. So all he needs is what? 3 more cautions, right back in the thing.
Ain't a thing but a chicken wing on a string. 32 laps of 60 completed so far here in the Bluegrass State. It's been pretty much all Brady Floyd and Tyler Aspinall, leading almost an equal amount of laps at this point.
I agree with you, Rob Hamilton. I would love to see a green flag run to the checker and see who can save them tires. It'd be a great show. And I'd bet Lee Krause has the best chance of saving those tires if we do or are able to make this thing go green, as he just hit pit road. And I think he took his final set. We'll see, though. Maybe his first set. I'm not sure. We could look at stint lengths, I guess. There's Lee Krause. You see him there. 23 and then 7. We can also look at their pit times. This will tell us a little bit more about that pit stop that Krause took. Krause taking fuel only on that second stop. So there you go. Those guys just taking fuel only. Lee Krause and Austin Green as well. Wonder if there's a strategy there, Dave, with the fuel window, if this thing goes green.
Yeah, I think it's got to come into play at some point, right? So we'll see. And tires definitely going to come into play. This is not the last caution we'll see either, obviously. So we'll see how this plays out.
Warnicki looks like he may have taken his fast repair there, Dave. That thing looks clean now.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he had to. He was helicoptering down the backstretch, so.
Yeah, not too, I'm not sure we've seen the last of that situation here.
No, those two.
Being as impartial as I can be, it looked like a racing deal. TV2, here we go. Brady Floyd, Tyler Aspinall, they've been your dominant cars so far. Let's see what they've been able to save here.
And DJ Thomas right up on Tyler for the start, but
Will Cloud shoves Brady Floyd to the lead. Will says, get out of my way. I've come from the back, and I'm here to win this race. A look inside. Nothing there for Will Cloud. Brady Floyd a little bit higher line than Will Cloud. Let's see if that's going to pay off down the front stretch here. What a great restart from Will Cloud, Dave. Coming from third. Wow, and he really closed the gap. Had to lift a little bit there. He probably would have hit Brady had he not. That's going to give Tyler Aspinall a little bit closer run here behind Will.
We've seen a bit of a run back there from Eddie Morris as well, coming off a 2.
And Eddie
it's
high.
Real high. And 3, but
so much action all over the track right now. Will Cloud really under fire from Aspinall, having to be defensive while also trying to hunt down the leader.
yeah, not
Lee Krause into the wall in front of Eddie, though. Lee's going to keep it on the wall. Let's see if he stays up there. Oh, he yanks it off the wall and is able to hang on to it. But Brady's starting to step out now from the pack. He's up to 0.3 of a second now in front of Will Cloud. Aspinall under fire now from DJ Thomas. Aspinall into the wall. He's able
to pull it off safely too, Joe.
Yep, these guys are getting pretty good at it. I'll tell you what. And now Will Cloud has closed that gap again down to 0.2 now to Brady. See Will a little bit higher through the middle of the corner this time. See if we can get a better run.
DJ Thomas breaking in on Will as well, so we'll see how that develops here.
Last time by, DJ Thomas fastest car on track by over 2/10.
Exactly.
So. 23 laps to go, and Rob Hamilton, you might get your wish here. A green flag run to the checker might be what it takes. We'll see. 23 laps coming to 22.
Yeah, Joe, this might be a good time to pump up that intensity.
Let's pump it up. Brought to you by Stanley Everett Racing.
Joe, that action's starting to heat up back behind the leader, Brady Floyd, as he's out to almost a 3/4 of a second lead over DJ Thomas. We see Eddie Morris get into the wall a bit there. "16 laps left."
Will Cloud is falling like a rock right now, Dave. He's back to 6th position after battling early there in that run with the leaders. But Brady Floyd out to a full second lead over DJ Thomas. DJ Thomas now under fire now from Brooke Qualley. Brooke, your biggest mover of the race other than Richardson right behind her. So if she can find a way by DJ Thomas, going to be your biggest mover of the race and definitely into a top 3 right now.
Yeah, excellent run so far for her. And this is around the time in the tire run that we had talked about earlier as well, where it starts to get a little bit squirrely for these guys and gals and tough to handle. So we'll see how that plays out. A lot of them still sitting with a set of tires in the garage, so maybe hoping for a caution, but then deciding potentially on maybe a green flag stop here coming up. So we'll see.
Brady Floyd not exactly able to get away from these guys, as now Brooke clears DJ Thomas. And Dave, she looks poised to go to the front. She's actually running a really good line. She's getting high off the corner. That's opening the wheel. It's able to get a really good run off the corners. It's a dive down and a open up. And you'll see her right here. She's going to get down to that line. And then she's going to open that wheel up and really open that corner up. Get back up to the wall. Some of these guys that are holding the wheel down like Dunford behind them. Speaking of which, talk about a man on the move, Dave. He was in a wreck early in this race. Totaled. Uses his reset, and here he is. Battling now back to 4th position.
Yeah, he's no stranger to extended runs and understanding how to use the fast repairs. He's been caught up in a couple wrecks we've seen in this season anyway, and even previous seasons, and won the previous season. So
interesting thing, Eddie Morris and Atlee Weiss on pit road, Dave. There might be a fuel strategy here. They might be outside the fuel window, these top guys. Lee Krause and Austin Green, remember, they were the only guys who hit pit road to top off fuel. That might be an issue here as we wind down these laps. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that fuel window looks like. Brady Floyd, so far your leader by over a second. Dunford, I think, might even have a chance here, Dave, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, he also pit with those guys at the back. If this thing stays green, those 3 in front of him might run out of gas. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see.
10 laps to go, Joe.
And you can see the sit lengths there. Even Richardson is actually in a good spot. Whereas Floyd, Qualley, Thomas, Cloud, not in good spots. Aspinall, Richardson. You see Lee Krause go by Will Cloud.
Ant-Man on pit road again.
Brady Floyd putting on a clinic so far. We'll see if he has the fuel to make it to the end. That is the lingering question.
Yeah, pretty dominant so far, Joe.
Dylan Dunford, and Brandon Richardson, those two have nothing to worry about, I don't believe.
As far as it relates to
fuel.
Petroleum, yes.
To fuel, yeah. And Richardson and Dunford battling for that 3rd spot right now, which could be the battle for the win. As we watch these guys go side by side down into turns 1 and 2. Richardson's able to get back to the throttle just a little bit earlier than that inside line. And Dunford really burning up those right sides, trying to hold it down off of him, too.
Yeah, and we've seen already tonight a couple different times with Jacob Bowen and other racers where that top line can get a little
Dunford is clear there, Dave.
Yeah?
He didn't go up, though. That's going to let Richardson back into the picture just a little bit here. I think he'll probably clear him down through 1 and 2, depending on how good Richardson gets through the corner here. And, woo, that was close, but he made it happen, and Richardson's going to cross it over. But he doesn't quite have the crossover speed to make it happen.
It's a little late in the run for that right now.
Now these two will set. Brady Floyd,
I was going to say, Joe, Brady Floyd's well over a second and a half in front of Brooke as we cross the line here, 5 to go, so...
These guys are chasing Brooke down. 0.6 seconds now between those two and Brooke Qualley. Brooke running that higher line. Really going to force Dylan and Richardson's hand to go low here. As Dunford, with a big burst of speed off the corner, closed that gap by almost 4/10 just in that one corner, Dave. And now he's right there on Brooks' bumper. 4 laps.
Yeah, he is on a mission.
If he can make short work of quali, he might have a shot at the lead. Not sure where the fuel situation looks, but going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take a fuel issue for Brady for Dylan to have any shot. I mean, Brady is over 2 seconds right now, 3 to go. So if he's got enough gas, this is, and he keeps it between the lines, this is his race to lose.
Like you said, he's out to 2.5, almost 3 seconds. Atman getting off pit road again right now. Really struggling. Lee Krause now on pit road, Dave. Interesting.
It makes you wonder if they're out of fuel. Maybe we go on board of the 6 here, see if he's burping it at all. Doesn't seem to be a factor.
He's not holding back at all right now. Maybe he figured to himself, I've set my bet. I'm just going to send it and see what happens. 2 laps to go. And Lee actually might be done, Dave. He's been on pit road for 1:20-something seconds. So he went off track and came back on. He must have crashed. Maybe that's what happened with him.
Yeah.
Brady Floyd, white flag. Will he make it around one more time? He's halfway down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4. And he's going to have enough to make it. Even if he ran out right now, he'd still make it to the line. And Brady Floyd, your winner here at Kentucky.
Really a dominant performance, Joe.
Dunford second, and Brooke Qualley stretching it to third. And your biggest mover of the race is going to be Brandon Richardson up 9 positions to P4. Jacob Bowen coming home P5. Tough luck.
TJ Thomas, Will Cloud, Austin Green, Tony Richardson, Tyler Aspinall, Alan Warnicki round out the top 10.
And then you got Eddie Morris, Lee Krause, and Atlee Atman-Weiss coming in last. Atlee with probably the tough luck award here as we watch Brady Floyd burn it down through the infield. Your winner in that SpaceX machine, number 6.
Giving him the Rebels treatment out there, Joe.
I saw that. All right, let's pull in our third place finisher, Brooke Qualley. Brooke, you got Dave and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Oh, this is Dean this time.
Oh, it's Dean tonight. I knew that was a wheel man behind the wheel. Great job tonight, Dean, coming home third, starting at the back and making your way through the field. You didn't quite get the biggest mover award, but you definitely found yourself in that third spot. How'd you do it? You look pretty patient out there.
That was key, patience. But I I wore my tires out way too soon trying to track Brady down. So, but overall it was good and good race.
Dean, did you think it was going to catch a yellow there at the end? Kind of a long green flag run to end it, and, strategy didn't really have much to do with it there. What were your thoughts coming to the end of the race?
Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping for a late race caution. It would have been a battle, I think, then. But you know what? Overall, I'm glad with the long green flag runs, and yeah, I'll settle for a third.
Awesome, great job. Hey, Dean, I got a question for you. How close are you guys on fuel, you and Brady?
Oh, I still had quite a bit left.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, anybody you want to thank? I know SCR Stanley Everett Racing was our sponsor here tonight. I know you probably have some kind words for him.
Absolutely, all of them at SCR Racing for sponsoring and doing the payouts and all the guys involved. They're a great group of guys, and you guys, of course, in the booth, Intensity Broadcasting, and everybody in this league. Like, I enjoy racing with these guys, and hope more green flag runs continue.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great race from everybody involved. So good job.
Thanks, guys.
All right, our second place driver, Dylan Dunford. Dylan, coming from the back, showed that patience, got caught up in something early, but found yourself coming home second with, man, if you had about 10 more laps, you think you could have caught him?
Nah, I don't think so. I think my tires are pretty much shot. I don't know if Brady took his last set or not, but me getting caught up in that big rat on 29, I had to take my last set, and just driving up through there, they were gone. I think he was just lights out there at the end.
Yeah, he was definitely pretty dominant, not only at the end, but pretty much all day. But Dylan, I thought you had an excellent run. Like you said, got caught up in that wreck there kind of midway. We know you're the champion last year in the iOS ARCA Pro, so this car in this series tends to suit you well. What'd you think? Were you just kind of hoping for a caution there at the end to maybe get a chance at him?
Actually, I was hoping it stayed green. Everything that I went through, especially me on the last set. I had to take that last set at lap 30. I knew if we got another caution that probably some guys back there had extra set, and we'd have been out for lunch. So kind of glad it went green, but yeah, I love these cars. I love cars that you got to drive and off throttle time and brakes and all that. So
absolutely. Well, Dylan, great run tonight. Find yourself in that second spot. It's really going to help you in the point standings. And anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
I just want to thank my wife, as always. She's a trooper when it comes to letting me do this stuff. So just want to thank her and thank Dean for putting on the league, and shout out to Brandon, Dean, and Tony. I guess that's it.
All right, Dylan, great job tonight. We'll see you again next week.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, last but certainly not least, Brady Floyd taking home the W after a dominant performance once you got by Tyler Aspinall. Didn't look like anybody had anything for you. Tell us about it.
Oh, man. I have not practiced for a race in maybe 6 months, but I saw this one today, and I decided to do more than a few laps, so I'm glad that really paid off. We were able to save the right front better than everyone else. I noticed in practice, for me, I was sawing at the wheel, so I decided definitely be better on the right front if we up the steering ratio and stop sawing on the wheel. Everybody was doing it tonight, except for us, I think. So we were just able to have the long run speed. Really proud of this group for going just 1-2 caution. So, I mean, it was an excellent run. I'm so happy for it.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Brady. Really a very, very clean run from the crew. Pretty dominant run from yourself as well. Outside of starting fifth, only took you about 5-10 laps to get to Tyler and kind of made short work of him there. You said you were saving tires a little bit better than everybody else. What's the secret to that? We dragging the brake? What's going on? Is it the steering ratio? What happened?
I mean, 16 to 1 always helps, but just keeping the wheel as straight and as smooth as you can. This track is pretty high banked, especially in 1 and 2, so you just try and let that do as much work for you as you can. 3 and 4, you got to get on the brakes. 1 and 2, I was braking, losing time throughout the run because I started braking about halfway through the runs. But just saving the tires, that's pretty much all that did it for us.
Awesome, Brady. Well, great job tonight. And anybody you want to thank outside of the team?
First and foremost, I don't know what happened on lap, I guess, somewhere inside lap 5. I got into the 72. Want to apologize to him. I don't know exactly whose fault it was. I haven't looked at it yet. But first and foremost, big thank you to Luke Strayer. He came on board and helped us tonight. He's spotting for me all night, keeping me calm. He spotted for me in the Podium 500 where I got way further than I should have. So huge thank you to him. Definitely want to also thank Pierce Graphics and Four Cloak Media. West Galo as well. Huge help for me. So just thank you to all those guys.
And you're a winner of $35 too here from SCR Stanley Everett Racing. So congratulations on that as well. And
Don't
we'll
spend it all
shout
in
out
one.
to them.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I'll try not to, but yeah, thank you once more to SCR Racing. Huge payouts tonight. I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much to them.
Yep. Awesome race, Brady. We'll see you again next week.
All right, have a good one, y'all.
All right, D. Wright. That about wraps it up here from Kentucky Speedway. And it was a darn good race. I love these ARCA cars. The racing that it puts on, the damage model, the just the strategy, and like I think Dylan hit the nail on the head when he said that you actually have to drive the car. That's what makes these things fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they are, when it comes to stock cars, it comes to ovals. They're the coolest car in iRacing, if you ask me, and really enjoy calling them, really enjoy racing them. We had a fun race tonight. Brady, as you could tell, put some practice in early. It paid off with a really dominant run today. Short race, only 60 laps. Shorter field with 14 competitors, but we really want to thank Stanley Everett for throwing up the dollars and cents for this race and really put some intensity into the racing for all the competitors. So we'll see how the points shake out, and we'll have an update for you next week on that. But a lot of strong runs up front. So I think next week, Joe, we go to Bristol. Am I
Nope.
right on that?
Nope, we're headed to Concord next week for the street stocks. The week after that, where it says round 8, we'll be going to Bristol instead of New Smyrna. Okay. But yeah, next week, Concord Speedway and the street stocks. So check us out Monday night. Also, check out Intensity Broadcasting every night of the week, I'm pretty sure, right now. Maybe except for Saturday nights. I'm not even sure. But Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, you can check us out here on Intensity Broadcasting. Tuesday night, Tussle tomorrow night. Check it out. Me and D. Wright will be on the grid while Josh will have the call.
Where's that at, Joe?
I'm not quite sure. Somewhere
I
crap.
believe.
I do know. Oh, I know where
Dover.
it is. No,
Right?
no, you're gonna hate it. It's Chicago, baby.
Oh yeah. The Joliet Jake Blues 120.
The Joe Wright W 120 is what it should say.
Didn't you used to live in Joliet?
What's that?
Didn't you used to live in Joliet?
Nah, man. I've been to Joliet, but I never lived there. Anyways, for Intensity Broadcast, I'm Joe Wright. I was joined by Dave Wright, and as Atlee Atman